And we're live. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? J Knock back at it with Poe. Uh,
How's it going?
man, you sound a little muffled.
Hey, everybody. You get me now?
Yeah, it's still kind of a little choppy, but it's all right. Not choppy, but it sounds like a little muffled a little bit.
These headphones. Let me see. How about now? You hear me?
Yeah, just say go talk again. Can't hear you if you're talking.
How about now? You get me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, man. All right, man.
You see the look.
Nah, none of that, none of that, none of that. All right, so we had a night, man. How you doing? How you doing? First of all, first and foremost, how you doing?
I'm doing all right today. Would have been my brother's 47th birthday. Grieving.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Know how that is,
6
man.
years ago.
But my dad was 2009. He would have been, ooh man, August 21st. Was the day he passed. He would have been 75 this year.
Wow.
But yeah, man, I know how that is. I do know how
Yeah.
that is. Um, Anything going on, man? I've been out of it, man. Completely out of it. Dealing with like a bladder infection, man. And that shit's been making me tired.
Wow. You drink some cranberry juice?
Yep, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing, man. Just cranberry,
Uh,
cranberry, cranberry. I haven't went to the doctor yet to get any antibiotics, but soon, soon. But what you been up
uh,
to, man?
man, it has been a busy week for his boxing and stuff.
Yep.
Some of it's not laughable. You got Earl Smith accident he went through,
Man, that's crazy.
and tributes to him surviving athletic.
You
Cause
you, you keep on cutting it. You keep on cutting in and out.
okay, um, another aspect, like surviving,
Ooh, that's something's going bad. And I don't know if he might be still there, but his connection is really bad right now. I don't know if it's his mic or what, but the Errol Spence situation was pretty crazy. Uh, I there's some reports that it was a DWI, drinking while under the influence. Uh, there was some there was some of those comments, and it's crazy that how he survived. Yo, Poe, you there? Poe?
you get me?
Yeah, you keep on cutting in and out though. Like it's like a bad connection on the phone or something.
I think the sensitivity of sentence is active. You get me?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so I was saying it's crazy how the Errol Spence situation, like there's some I haven't got super deep into it. My main thing was like, is he okay? That was my thing.
yeah,
Before first and
like,
foremost, like that was I wasn't thinking about, oh, well, what happened? Why did he do it? What's this? Like I wasn't like, yo, is the man okay?
Yeah,
he has a family, he has kids and everything. That and I seen all these people jumping on it all the like real quick. It's like I understand, but like these people are trying to profit off of some tragic news. Like I don't know, man. Like that really kind of upset me in a little ways. Like I was just like, I know it's news, but it was I don't know. It was just a bad feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
for people to jump on it.
yeah, it was bad all the way around because when they started to talk about fights, how about the condition he's in or what's going on about?
Yeah,
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 look, giving up now. What are you talking
yeah. Jeopardizing this fight, jeopardizing that fight. It's like man, what like yo. Let's take a step back. Let's wait. And that's what I didn't like about a lot of I seen a lot of videos coming up and they were talking about all these things and showing the video of the crash. I mean, I understand people were putting it out like TMZ and like these big places, but like doesn't mean that you have to do it.
Yeah,
And especially somebody from the quote unquote boxing world, it's like take a step back, dude. Like you got some like there's some serious things here. Like I was in an accident. I wasn't drinking or anything. I was hit by a drunk driver.
mm,
And like I can only imagine what he's going through like and especially his family and stuff too. His kids, his daughters.
yeah,
I just felt that it was people should have just stepped back a little bit. Yeah, just mention it, but putting the video and this it was a little disheartening for me. But it's crazy that no broken bones, no fractures. He has some
yeah,
facial lacerations, some face cuts, some road rash, some broken teeth. Uh, and that's it.
yeah.
Like
But
that's crazy.
yeah, being athletic, I think that helped out a lot. Like saying,
Yeah, yeah, no, yes and no. The reason why I say
yeah,
yes and no is because I mean, look at Paul Williams.
yeah, when car boy, motorcycle, you ain't have no protect.
I was on a motorcycle. I was on a motorcycle my accident, and
You had no
uh,
protection.
I was hit by a dually truck, and I had just my helmet on, jeans, some boots, and a little light. It wasn't even like it was like a sweater jacket. It wasn't even really a full sweater or anything or jacket. It was just like one of those little zip up thin jackets in my backpack, and yeah, it was a mess, man. But um, I'm glad he's doing okay.
Yeah,
It's great. It's great that he's doing all right. Uh, I hope he has a great recovery, speedy recovery, um, and he gets back to the form he was.
whatever he want to do.
Not even like I can care less about him even fighting anymore or anything. But not saying his career is over. Like he's nothing. I just want him to get in the form that he was before the accident.
Yeah,
Put fighting aside. I just want him to get to that form, and and I hope he like a full 100% recovery. Other than like he's probably gonna have some scars on his face or something like that.
yeah.
I
I heard he's kid for drunk driving now.
yeah that's what I was talking about earlier. I heard some reports about DWI, but I'm not too sure. I haven't heard anything. I'm in Texas. I haven't heard anything fully yet. And
Yeah,
I've been
I
looking
just
here and
said it
there.
was drinking.
But yeah, it's crazy though. Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy situation.
we had a tragic yesterday. Patrick Day. He's in critical
Oh yeah, the guy that the
condition.
you're talking about the fighter that fought.
Yeah, I think he was on that card. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Um,
was. He's. I think he's still in a medical induced coma. I think.
yeah.
You keep on cutting in and out too, Paul. Sensitivity or something. I don't know.
You get me?
Yeah.
I
Um.
turned because I got notification. Notification. I thought it doesn't interrupt when we talking.
It might be. I can't hear anything, but it might be messing up the signal or something.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. That I heard about that fighter getting in a coma, getting put into a coma, and it wasn't from the fight. Well, it was a medically induced coma. So
yeah, because he passed. They put him back in the They put him in a medical induced coma.
yeah, he got taken off in a stretcher, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. 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 It's a tough business, man. It's a definitely tough business.
Uh,
You know that
yeah.
that's something that can always happen.
Yeah. That's what I'll be trying to tell people when they talk about this person should be fighting this person. And, making up. All these. You got to be a box for that challenge.
All I heard was excuses, box, and challenge. That's all I heard.
The, you get everything I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Yeah. People they don't realize that boxers go through a lot of things,
Oh yeah.
and uh, they can't handle at that time. Some boxers you need to build up, like Usyk. He like to build himself up. Because yesterday I didn't like how he looked.
Oh, let's put a pin in that one.
Let's.
We got to get
All
into
right.
that. We got
Okay.
to get into that.
Okay.
All right. So, what else did we have? We had some.
Talk about the undercards.
Yeah, we had.
No, let's talk about Chad Dawson. He won his fight.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Chad Dawson going the distance. I didn't get to see it, man. I don't have UFC Fight Pass. It was on
Yeah.
UFC Fight Pass. I didn't get to see it. Um,
He stole the show. He looked pretty good.
that's what I hear. That's what I hear. I hear
Yeah.
that he was looking like he can make a run at something.
Yeah.
And I don't see why he couldn't. I mean, he got I think what 5 losses. Uh, I think it's 5 losses, and
Yeah.
and 2 of those losses are from some pretty decent guys. And Adonis Steven. Well, he's I think he's retired now.
Yeah.
Forced.
He's
I think he
retired.
got forced into retirement with that injury. Um, and
Yeah.
and then you had I think he got beat by Pascal. He had some battles with Antonio Tarver. He had some battles with Glenn Johnson. He had some battles with Bernard Hopkins. So like I see him if hopefully PBC gets behind him and makes a push with them.
Yeah. Because he took that time off. That a lot of boxers they just keep going. They don't give themselves a time of rest after a bad fight.
Yeah, I think he needed because he went through a lot. I mean, he had the loss. I think what really messed him up, honestly, him going down when he fought Andre Ward.
Oh yeah.
Because
That's the weight training thing that I always talk about.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big drop, but he's not a middleweight. Like his body's not a middleweight.
Yeah,
It, it,
imagine you drop down, or I mean your body dropping weight or putting on it, because a lot of these boxers they drain themselves to get in fight to a
hmm
fighting shape.
Right.
So imagine
Chad Dawson's
he would
already draining
it off.
himself. Trad Johnson's already draining himself to get to 175, kind of. He's kind of healthy,
Yeah.
he's still kind of there. But to get to middleweight, and if you seen him in that fight, yo, he looked it horrible, sucked up,
He
like
looked away drained.
yeah, yeah. He didn't look good at all, and I think that messed up his mental. Honest to God, I think that messed up his mental. And then
Yeah.
right after that, he fights uh um Adonis Stevenson and gets brutally knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a. I've seen more brutal knockouts, but it was a one punch, and he kind of struggled to get up. He got up, and he stumbled backwards. So it was a pretty bad. It was a pretty good knockout. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that what do you call it, Andre Ward fight messed him up. I don't think he should have never did it.
I don't think so either.
If anything, Andre Ward should. And I felt that way then, and I still feel that way now. I think Andre Ward should have went up in weight.
But he couldn't gain no weight before, so they was drained.
Yeah, you cut out.
That's stipulation on so he could gain after the weigh-in.
Oh, you talking about Dawson?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have that. That's the problem. That's the problem. I think Andre Ward should have went up instead of Dawson.
Yeah.
You know, I
You
think.
gotta watch how you eat it. You gotta like a lot of fighters. They lose a couple of pounds, then after they weigh in, they're going to eat.
Hmm.
Stipulations. You gotta be careful to make sure you don't break the contract.
Right, because you have fighters like Canelo. You have fighters like who's another one? De La Hoya used to be like that. Um, there's a lot of fighters that do that where they walk around at let's say a middleweight weight class weight, and they turn around and fight at a welterweight at a
Yeah.
147, and it's like, yo, you are a middleweight. That's why I have a problem with these junior weight classes and these super weight classes. Like, yo, if you don't meet that weight class, then don't fight that weight class. If you're killing yourself to meet that weight class, yo, seriously, you need to either get better to where you can compete in the higher weight class, or don't fight at all. But I mean, who am I to say? Who am I to say? But I think I think I think you're it's a double-edged sword. You can either be hurting yourself to your detriment, to where you're draining yourself and you're taking damage that you shouldn't be taking, or you're putting out damage to the smaller people. That's why I have a
Yeah.
problem with the junior weight classes and the super weight classes. I think there should just be. I think it should go back to the way it used to be, man. Honestly,
Yeah. They ain't gonna do that.
but they won't do it because it's money,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is sad. But it's sad because the reason why it's sad is because it's putting people in danger.
Yeah. It really is.
Because I have to go back and look at the fight, but look at all the people that are getting put in comas and stuff and putting and getting in here and getting hurt. What's the reason of that? Why is that happening? Is it because they shouldn't be fighting in that weight? Are they draining themselves, or they have health issues prior to?
And I look at it. I heard when you lose all that weight like that, you lose some of the fluid around the brain.
I would I would think so. That I mean, it's kind of logical.
Yeah.
Not only that, but there's also fats and all this other stuff that helps protect you, and it's just like I don't think it's healthy. They need a these commissions need to I don't, it shouldn't be on the sanctioning bodies. I'm talking about the belt sanctioning bodies, but it should be on the sanctioning commissions, as in like the state commissions, the athletic commissions. It should definitely be on them to actually put. I know there's research out there.
Yo, yeah.
I know there's studies out there, and they need to get these studies into their rules. Like I don't think. Okay, all right, let's start getting into the what do you call it, because there's some stuff I want to talk about the 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 last two fights, the co-main event and the main event. But who'd you want to start with? Did you want to start with Caskill, McCaskill?
Women
Yeah, the women fight.
fight. Um, how about the beating super featherweights?
Which one was that?
He's like a featherweight. He's a up and comer. Ultra Jones the third. He's
Oh, yeah,
firm
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
130.
yeah, 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 yeah. I forgot about that fight. It was like a four, five, 4, 6 rounder or something like that, huh?
Yeah, four.
4 rounder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, he needs some work. He needs some work, but he showed some nice skills in there.
Yeah, and that's good because the has experience. 7, 9, and 1 hands. It could be dangerous to you or it can help you.
Yeah, like I like that fight. The guy that he was fighting,
Harris,
was it Estrada?
no, Manrique.
Manriquez. Yeah, yeah, Manriquez, Manriquez. Um, I know he's from Houston because I remember he had a H tattoo on his neck, and he came out in Houston Astros stuff. But yeah, he's a solid little journeyman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it, it was a little wild. It was a little wild, but I think that's what you get when you're fighting somebody in his level,
Yeah,
Manriquez's level, because he's not like a superstar or anything. He it's a it's a test fight basically.
yeah.
But yeah, he showed some flashes. Otto the third or whatever, Otto June. What was his name?
Jo-
Otto
Arthur, Arthur Jones.
Jones the third. Yeah, yeah. He was decent, man. He was decent. Definitely would like to see him more. Um, he has a nice presence about him too, as a where he can be like I don't think he's like he has that charisma and all that stuff now, but I think he can have that to be a good showman.
Yeah, yeah. He
But
got that fighting style that'll draw like fans in.
yeah, he kind of reminds me of and don't and for everybody who's watching, uh, listen to what I say before you react. He kind of reminds me of that that Purnell style, not the defense, but like that, like you can see that flashiness about him if it could come out in him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm not trying to say he's just like Purnell or anything like that because nah, I haven't seen that since Purnell. Um, but you can see that like style, that charisma coming out in him, like a Purnell is. That he kind of has that same kind of like aura around him. Uh, that with the right, I think with the right coach and the right people behind him, they can get him to that style, or
Yeah,
not style, not style, but that presence of a fighter. That's what I mean. More of a presence, not so much the style. Um, what was that
the
guy?
Jessica
Yeah,
Maskill
Jessica
fight.
McCatskill, and
Yeah, McCaskill.
what was her name? What was the other girl's name?
Erica Farias.
Yeah, she man. Oh man, that was,
Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy.
and that wasn't Jessica's fault
I was
though.
about to.
You
I
cut
was
out.
like,
What'd you say?
I said I was about to. Now look at the fight because it's so sloppy. I said, hold
Dude,
on, what am
I
um?
real talk. I kind of zoned out on the fight, and
Yeah,
I was doing other things. I was just like, what is this, man? And it was, and I wasn't putting it on Jessica. It was the other girl. She was just like, honestly, she was fighting like she didn't want to be there.
and you know it's crazy when I be talking about the Jessica is 8-2 with 3 KOs. The other
Mm-hmm.
Erica is 26-4 with 10.
Mm-hmm. With those KOs, and you want to talk about like who showed skills in that fight,
Jessica.
right? And I'm just like the other chick, she. Oh my goodness, I was just like, yo, this is a mess. This is a slide, and
And you know
sometimes,
what I put it on? I put it on like the last time they fought because this is rematch.
right.
She must have felt something. She felt something to make her like fight. It's almost like you fight scared.
Well, okay, here's another thing. Here's another thing. Jessica's been quote unquote active. The other chick, the other girl was not. She had a year late. Oh, yeah. So that year layoff, she was also dealing with an injury. I think a knee injury. I think.
Oh, okay, okay.
But still, but still, okay, ring rust. All right, but still, it did not like it looked messy. It was I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Sometimes you have to fight some of those fights though,
Yeah.
because that's who's out there. Sadly.
But I would come back in the title fight. It, to me,
What was that?
you got to see where you at.
What's that? You're kind of breaking
Oh,
up.
you got to see where you at. I want to come back fighting the title fight.
Oh yeah, yeah. She shouldn't have came back the that like that. She should have had a warm up fight at least, or even a six rounder or something.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that was a messy fight, man. Real messy fight. Um, now what was that guy's name that got that? What was the guy's name? It was in the it's in the coma. I can't.
Day Patrick Day.
All right, so there was a fight. Sims Jr. and Morgan Fitch. I don't remember this fight.
Oh yeah, Big Chief. Big Chief. So
Why don't I remember this
shit.
fight?
I don't think this was actually on TV.
Yeah, I don't think I seen that one. Because it
No,
went.
I think it was because talking about it, they like actually saw it. This I'm looking at it from fight news this fight, and I was like, Dad, I don't remember this fight, but I heard another channel talking
You keep on like it keeps on breaking up. Your connection is really bad.
about that. I heard
Hold on. You
you
know what?
there.
Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me try to change something real quick on this real quick. Let's see. Let's go to the east real quick. Go ahead and say something. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's. I think I fixed it. I might have fixed it.
Yeah, that was a fight. They said it was pretty good. It was a good.
Yeah, I might have missed. I think I missed that one, man. I'll have to go back and watch that one. Um, and then we had Bedeviv, or what? Dmitry is it Bedeviv? Bedevol, Bed
Oh, Bavil.
Bivol, Bivol,
Yeah,
and Lenny Castillo or Lenin Castillo. Uh, okay, this is what I want to get into, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier about sizes. Uh, if you look at their sizes, Dimitri was a smaller guy in that fight against Castillo. Now, Dimitri put in work. He wasn't. He's not going to be. He's not going to blast the guy out of there because that's not his style. He's going to break you down. He's very technical. He's a true to form boxer. Um, Castillo, you haven't seen much of. His two losses are from respectable fighters. Um, but what you think about that fight?
I think he fought the way he's supposed to fight. You
Mm-hmm.
know, against a guy. He dropped him and everything. So he was doing everything he was supposed to do. You know, to try to get him out. It's just that he wasn't still hanging in there.
Yeah, I think that has to do with his background, Castillo's background. I mean, he's an Olympian,
Yeah,
and he's a he's a bigger light heavyweight. So I think he can take
absorb a little more.
right because Dmitry Bivol is I hope that's is how you say his name is a smaller light heavyweight. Not saying he's like tiny or anything, but I'm just saying he if you look at them comparatively, you see the size difference. And which gets you to think, does Dimitri need a fight at light heavyweight? Not saying he can, but I'm saying if you look at him versus some of the other light heavyweights, I think he's going to be smaller of the top light heavyweights.
Yeah,
I think he's more of a middleweight than anything else. Um, but I would love to see him against what's the other guy's name? The other champion. Not Tony Teddy Atlas's guy. Oh, the other guy.
You're not talking about Teddy Ellis guy's the one that beat
Beat Stevenson.
yeah, Steven.
Not that guy. I mean, I would like to see him eventually against him, but what's the other guy's name? Let me see. I'm pulling him up right now. Better Beterbiev, Arthur
Oh,
Beterbiev.
he fought in the last couple of days too.
I would like to see him fight against him. Um, but I think that's not gonna happen. I think because what do you call it's the interim champion, Jean Pascal, WBA. WBA is the black, right? The black belt,
Yeah.
or is that WBO?
No, it's WBO, but I think it's green the WBO.
Oh yeah, yeah. WBA is the green belt. Or no, WBC is the green belt. WBA. Oh man, what is that belt? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the black belt. Yeah, yeah. It is.
But
It is. It
this
is.
this this conversation leading segue to the Usyk fight.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I would love to see like Pascal step up, get a chance to go back and see if he can capture his uh his title, his reigns again, and also just like I said, also to see if Art Artur Beterbiev can if they can unify, because I would love
Yeah,
to
they
see
got
I would love to
it's a
see the the top three um, pushing what's his name aside. What the hell is his name? Kovalev. Pushing Kovalev aside. I would love to see the top three unify. I like Teddy Atlas's guy, Alexander Gavenovich or whatever his name is. Alexander, I know that's his
yeah.
first name.
I
I like
always
that.
mess up
I
his
like that
last
guy.
name.
I like that guy. I like how he is as a fighter. I he's a clean champion. And what I mean that by he's like a family man.
Mm.
Um, but I would love to see those top three guys fight it out to unify, um, and then unify against. Do you think? Yo, do you hold up before we get into the Usyk? Do you think? What do you think about the Canelo and Kovalev?
That's the dangerous. But even though Kovalev is on a downward spiral, to
He's
he's
he's still
I
dangerous,
don't think he's dangerous, but Canelo is still dangerous too. I see with Kovalev, body shots will end the fight
right?
easy for Kovalev,
Yeah, and
and that's what
he's mentioned that. He's
yeah
mentioned that in an interview with Raheem. He said he's not going to let him try to get to the body or something like that. He said something about it. Uh, but do you see Canelo staying at light heavyweight?
no, but I can see him stopping Kovalev. I can see that. You see this the thing I'm thinking. If he looked real dominant, yeah, I see him staying. Canelo trying to hurry up and get the big fights, and which I don't see why he's going up to get the big fight.
But what's there? What's in his weight class? Big fights at 150, 154.
Boo Boo, Andre, he's saying he's a
Yeah,
boring fighter, but
yeah, that's true. We
that's
have
that's
well, we have the Charlo brothers.
yeah, Charles. It's a lot of fights. There's just that
Yeah, what the hell, man? I don't.
he he don't want to. He know they're dangerous, more dangerous than for him to stay there. Go up, it's more money, and it looks good with it. Just tag attached to it. But
Yeah,
when he say, "Hey, I gave y'all big fights. I took risks."
but this, I mean, I don't know. I think it's okay. Kovalev's no pushover, but Kovalev's on the downward spiral. He
Yeah,
he's getting there in age. What do you call it? Exposed him in both fights. Some people can
yeah,
argue that Ward didn't do anything great in the first round in the first fight, but I think I think time caught up to Kovalev on that one.
yeah,
And didn't he have a fight after that? Didn't he lose a fight after the Ward fight?
yeah. I can't out because he don't fight enough. I forget who he lost to, and then he avenged that loss.
Who did he fight? Who did he fight?
God,
I want to say he fought somebody and he lost afterwards. Let's see.
yeah, he fought him, he lost, and then he rematched and beat him.
Yeah. Oliveras.
Yeah, Oliver,
Yeah. He
because
lost
he was
by
giving him a boxing lesson.
he lost by TK or he lost by KO.
Yeah,
That's right. And then he avenged it. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I think Sergey also honestly is he should I don't know. I think he might lose. He's gonna lose the belt, and I probably think Canelo might let that belt go and him go back down. But who would he go down and fight though?
they,
Well,
boo
there's
boo.
all those fights. Yes, there's all those fights.
Yeah,
But is he willing to take those fights? No. You
I
know.
don't think he want that boo boo or that Charlo fight. They very dangerous fight, especially going up and going. I'm coming back down.
Yeah. So it's like, what does he do at that point? Like
He got to
that's
do something. He got that contract. He got to honor.
right. Is he gonna stay at what do you call it? Is he gonna would he stay at light heavyweight?
That's the good one to think about.
That's the thing. Okay, so the light heavyweight, even though there's not the huge names or and whatnot there, it's very interesting. It's very interesting because you throw it in Canelo in that mix, and then there's the what do you call it? It's the John Pascals, the Chad Dawsons in the background, the older guys in the
Yeah,
background that are trying to come back up to get their reign again.
and I think with Canelo, it more has to do with his discipline. With
Hmm.
he don't have to keep losing all that because they say Canelo is a weight bully, so he don't have to
Yeah, he was
keep
a weight
losing that
bully.
weight. Just yeah, losing that weight, he could just be comfortable at that.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I would want him to stay at 175. You know what? That will I think if anything that will solidify his not saying he's not a legendary fighter cuz he is. You know, like he's done a lot. He's done a lot. His only loss was to Mayweather, and who isn't going to lose to Mayweather? Truth be told, who isn't going to lose to
Yeah,
him? Just based
yeah,
on Mayweather's style, it's like, yo, you ain't beating Mayweather. The only way you beating him is you got to get in his chest. And even then he still will will what's the word adjust. He's done it time after time. That's everybody knows about Mayweather. So I think that will solidify his what do you call it. I think he should probably. I see him beating Kovalev. I see him beating Kovalev. Um, I think he should have at least. I think he should try to do a run. Try to at least do a run at light heavyweight. A run for everything. Try to unify it.
Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do because it's to me it's not a really a big threat for somebody with his style in that weight
No,
class.
you see, and he's got the whiskers, man.
Yeah,
He's got the chin. He's got the chin to to take these hits. I believe from the guys that are in the the Bedivov Dimitri, the guy that just fought, would be a good fight against Canelo
yeah,
because they're very similar. What do you call it's more aggressive? Canelo's more aggressive, but Dimitri Bivov is very technical, and Canelo's technical too. That would be a good fight, man.
yeah. Especially for the boxing.
Yeah, that would be a good fight, I believe, man, because they're both warriors, man. I would love to see that. That would be a dream. Right now, that would be a dream fight for me. That would be a real dream fight for me. But let's let's jump into this Alexander Usyk. I'm gonna let you start it. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna shut up because I got some things I want to say.
I Dad, I had notes in my notes. I deleted them by accident, but with Usyk, this what I want to put out. He's 6'3". He came in at 200.
Was it
That's
two?
what I'm putting out there
Was it
first.
two? Was it 200 or 215?
No, 200. That's what they got marked on. I forgot exactly what they're saying.
Okay.
So Roy Jones came in 193 when he and he's much shorter.
Yeah, he's like Roy Jones is 5'11", 6 foot, if that.
Yeah, 5'11". Then you got I'm trying to put it out there like um what's his name? David. He
Hey,
came from cruiser.
you keep
David, I
you
think he's six
keep on
two.
cutting out. You said David Hay came to cruiserweight. Yeah, I think David Hay is 6'2", I believe. Go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
6'2".
I'll look it up, but go ahead.
A lot of people saying that Usyk, this is just a warm up fight for him. Um, he still should have looked better than I think he looked last night because he had a year off because his so-called injury, which I know the whole how people they said, let's make sure you get comfortable in your weight, or we're put out in the media that you hit your shoulder because he Usyk one of them people that works out. He's one of them boxers that stays in. So 200, he gotta make his body get that 200.
Yeah. He David Hay was actually 6'3".
Oh, okay. Yeah, in Southpaw and all that, but that helps him a lot when he fought. And David Hay had KOs on his record. To me, like I keep was Chad Witherspoon. He came like he said. I came off the couch from delivering pizza. I wasn't
But
really
no,
in the
no, no.
gym.
He came. Yeah, he came off of. He was at an auction buying cars for his car lot because he has a car lot apparently. Yo, he had no training, and for him to go, okay, look at see, all right, this is what I wanted to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Usyk, I was not impressed.
Not at all.
I had I'm seeing Usyk, I'm like, all right, oh, 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 All right, maybe he's getting rounds. Uh, 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 uh. Maybe. Uh, nope, he's not getting rounds. Okay, and then he steps
He
back,
won.
and then he steps back when Witherspoon was getting backed up. Witherspoon wasn't hurt. I don't think he was hurt. I don't think he was hurt at all in that fight.
No, I think he's just more tired
Exactly. I think
than
he was
anything.
not trained, and he wasn't in shape, and he wasn't trained. Now, one can argue, well, you need to be in shape at all times, and you got to be ready at all times, and this and this and this. Okay, but not everybody's like a Mayweather. Not everybody's like, uh, um, hell, who stays in shape all the time? Only one I can think of off the top of my head is Mayweather.
Yeah. Getting
Uh,
into some conspiracy, the conspiracy. Sprung,
okay,
Tyrone Sprung.
okay, okay. Let's hold up and see. It went what 7 rounds, seven, eight
Yes.
rounds, 7 rounds, and what do you call it? Quit on his stool because he was fucking tired. Excuse my language. Because he was tired. There was nothing else. He wasn't putting a hurting on Witherspoon.
And that was the whole concept of what Eddie Hearns wanted to do. He said, hold up, we
And
gotta make you look good.
and looking
For
and seeing Spung. What's his first name?
Tyrone.
Tyrone Spung. Seeing his stuff, he's an undefeated heavyweight at
Yes.
at like what 14-0 with 13 KOs or something like that.
Yeah, 13 KOs. And he stays in the gym.
14-0 with 13 KOs, and he's the same size as he's an inch shorter. I think because Usyk is 6'3", right?
Yes.
Okay, and Sprung is 6'2", and this guy is like, yo, he's only went the distance one time.
And he's very explosive.
Very, very, and like explosive, quick, the speed. Like he needs somebody needs to do a push with him. Someone needs to get him out there. Someone needs to put him out there, and he needs to fight four times a year.
And he said Eddie Hearns is trying to get rid of him off the
Listen,
card. He must get it free.
listen. I looked into it. I looked into what was going on. He tested negative back in September.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 tests that came back with some traces after September, I think September 16th. Uh, and let's see, I got it right here. All right, so there was uh, there was 2 tests done, September 22nd, September 26th. 2 tests. Uh, there was a fertility drug um, that had some trace what do you call it's in there. Uh,
Test on.
it wasn't it was a clomiphene.
Oh, okay.
Clomiphene, which is to boost testosterone levels.
Yeah.
It's a fertilitary. I'm not even saying that right. Fertility drug. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Um, there was a trace of that, a trace, and it's used to boost men's testosterone. Okay. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there was a test in early September, September 16th. Test by VADA. Nothing came back. There was 2 tests on the 22nd, 26th, those traces came back. There was a test on the 2nd which came back negative. And
That's the B sample.
no, I don't even think that was a. I don't. Nah, that was a
Oh, that
third. That was a third.
wasn't the A sample.
That wasn't even a B sample. That was a third test.
Wow.
That
Yeah, that's
that was a third
that's
test.
crazy.
So, do we want to get into some conspiracies?
It
Cause,
just seems crazy.
cause this seems very odd. And the reason why I say it's very odd, okay, they say he there was some trace in two tests, and then the then the third test on October 2nd, it comes back clean, and it just came back clean. I think they need to work out this testing stuff, man.
Yeah,
All these
and he
years,
had. I think he did his own test because he said, "Nah, he not dealing with Eddie Hearn's doing test. He got a go that he could go to get to another place, and that's when his test came back clean."
well, he Vada did the third test.
Um,
These are tests from Vada. Vada did the, from my understanding, Vada did the all the tests. There was four tests. One came back clean, two came back dirty, one came back clean, and the last one came back clean.
yeah, that's I don't it don't it's crazy.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna put on my little conspiracy hat right now. So we have we have we have two big names in boxing. We have Usyk that they were talking of moving up at the time. This is before he moved up. Talking of moving up, he's gonna go to heavyweight. He's gonna do a heavyweight run. All right, who's behind him? Eddie Hearn.
Uh,
All right. Then before or during all this of Usyk coming up and all this, right? Usyk doesn't have an opponent. Usyk doesn't have an opponent. But during that, we had, or just before that, my bad. I think it was just before that. We have Jarrell Miller and Anthony Joshua. That test came back positive with multiple banned substance.
yeah,
And in comes Anthony Joshua. Now, is it, what did Miller ever get his second test?
yeah, yeah. He was pop and jump before then, and then he had to recant what
And what was that second test results?
that I think they found more than what he had in the first test. I don't know exactly what it was he had in the system, but it was a little than what he had in the first test, as far as the drugs or something.
Okay, so initial test was GW 1516. Second test was HGH, and the third test revealed EPO stomps all over. Okay, so he was actually drugging. All right.
Yeah,
Um, I think he shouldn't be fighting anymore. I
yeah,
I think honestly, me personally, if somebody tests for performance enhancing drugs and they're not part of a, like, if it's like, I could see what do you call it doing testosterone replacement, Luis Ortiz.
Mm,
The reason why I can say that is because he's older. He's in his 40s,
exactly.
and that's when you do testosterone replacements. Some people started early, like in the like 35, but usually most of these athletes they start doing it in their 40s and stuff. What do you call it? Did it in UFC? What is his name? The Phenom, Vitor Belfort. And when Vitor was doing his testosterone replacements, he looked ripped and amazing. He looked great, but that's besides the point. That's I'm getting on to somebody else. But what I'm saying here with Tyrone Spong, he is a clean fighter.
Yeah.
There's no like I think there was either some bad handling of the test, bad cups or something, or bad uh little uh what are they called, the pipe, the little pipe squeezers or pipe eyedroppers or whatever, to where they transfer it from one tube to the other or one container to the other. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those little pipe eyedroppers or whatever. Uh, I think that was either contempt. There was something wrong with it. I don't. He's not a dirty fighter. I don't know the guy personally.
And then then you gotta think about Dillian White. All these guys, rabbit to his B sample, rabbit to his, it just did,
Well, isn't
and him
Dillian
fighting
isn't
in
Dillian White fighting?
December.
Right.
Rabbit to his B sample
So
just disappeared.
if 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 he tested positive, why is he not? Why is he off? He should be off.
Exactly. That's why the WBA they dropped his ranking, his status to fight Deontay Wilder. There's like a lot of suspect stuff going on.
See, hold up. See, I'm trying to find the B sample wasn't opened.
See, that's crazy. You already they said the A sample was he was taking something, and they still letting him fight. It's too much time passing by for them to do something to the B if it ever comes to life.
How come they? Yo, this was back in August,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and they still haven't tested it.
No,
UKAD. Who is that? The UK. I guess it's the governing body in the what do you call it? How could they how could they clear him after a failed drug test?
uh, that's what everybody wants. That shows you how much Eddie Earns has power over certain things.
See, okay, this is what I'm talking about. So you have Tyrone Spong, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in my heart of hearts, from what I know about the guy, from what I've seen about the guy, from what I've read about the guy, I believe he is a clean fighter. I don't see him dirty. Uh, he's he's I think he was a too dangerous of a fighter
for a debut in another weight.
for Usyk. I can see him beating Usyk based off of that demonstration he did last night.
Mm,
I can see Spung beating Usyk.
yeah,
Real talk.
I could see.
Did Eddie Hearn have something to do about that? Something to do with the the dirty test?
See, that's Mark. The conspiracy being said, yeah,
Because I see I see Sprung, like, honestly, I see Sprung based on what I seen from Alexander Usyk last night. I see Sprung beating him around the ring. Honestly,
yeah, putting too much. That's one of the things about boxing. Now, if you get a guy that's just coming back from an injury or something, if he's a good fighter, you pressure him because that ain't what he wanted. That's not the way he wanted.
nah, because he wants it
That's
slow. He wants it slow, and he wants to work into it.
get himself back in, and you just push him harder than he going on fight.
That's why a lot of people gave a lot of hell to uh, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury didn't come back from hurt, but Tyson Fury came back from a lot of everything else.
Yeah, but Taylor Fury now got on the people feeling the way because he was calling out everybody. Because I was like one of them guys that say, "Well, fight Shannon. Y'all both Shannon been on for a while.
Yeah,
Fight." But they're like, "Nah, Shannon. He's still the knock the joke out." And that's not the
yes,
kind of fight that Taylor Fury needs.
yeah, man. I think he was pulled, man. I think there was a what do you call it? Uh, um, an attempt to get him pulled, and they capitalized on it
Yeah,
because I don't know if I was Tyrone Spong's people, I would have pushed back and said, nah, look, there's this other test. Let's get that test back.
yeah.
Let's get that test back
You
ASAP.
gotta push. Just like Rivas. Rivas did. Rivas one of those fighters. He did good against Gillian, and they didn't push. You gotta push them guys and let them know that now we're not going.
Yeah, we're not going away. You can't push this aside because ain't no telling when Spung's gonna get his shot back,
Yeah,
if he is gonna get a shot. Because around the boxing community, everybody was saying, "Who is this?
yeah.
Who's Tyrone Spung? Ugh, what's this name?" Everybody was saying that.
And the craziest thing, especially if you're an MMA fan, why don't you know him? He used to be an MMA fighter.
MMA fighter, kickboxer,
Yeah,
K1 kickboxer, the king. I think it was the King of the Ring champion.
yeah. That's his nickname.
You know, so it's like you don't know him. Are you even a fight fan?
Yeah.
Hmm. Casual,
I heard some so-called hardcore fans saying that Uzi looked good.
dude,
And I'm
man. Yo, listen. I seen some stuff going around from people we know, and I'm like,
yeah,
what? I did the Russell Westbrook what on him, like, what?
me
Like,
too. I'm like, yo,
what?
you can't be sick. And that's the fanboy. And people talk about, I know fanboys don't feel the same way. No, that's a fanboy attitude.
Yes.
It's a difference between
Yes.
a fanboy and a boxing fan. And some people always preach, I'm a boxing fan, not a boxer fan. Nah,
See,
it's two
listen.
people that I see that
Listen.
people gravitate to.
I like certain fighters, but I'm not going to let my like for them be so subjective and so one-sided and so ism with them, with the so fanboy esque with them. Like if a fighter's getting whooped, a fighter's getting whooped.
Yeah.
If a fighter's not looking good, a fighter's not looking good. If 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 I look at Alexander Husyk's last the fight last night, he's getting beat by every one of the top heavyweights.
Exactly.
Based off of that showing, he's getting beat by every single one of them decisively, quickly.
And nowhere in the world nobody can say that's Usyk. That's the Usyk. I'm
Yo, if that's listen, I'm sorry, if that's the Usyk that you're like oh so like hyping up about, yo, he needs to go back to cruiserweight.
exactly.
I'm sorry because Andrew Ruiz is beating him.
Yeah.
Andrew Ruiz is beating him, beating the brakes
I
off
see
of him.
him stopping them within 6 or 7 rounds.
If that, I'm saying 5-4. I don't even see him going 7 or 6. Deontay Wilder, 2 rounds max.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua, uh, I'll give Joshua 4. I'll give
Just because of
I'll
the
give a
power.
I'll give a Joshua 4. I'll give Joshua 4 based off of old Joshua, not Andrew Ruiz fight Joshua, because that
Yeah.
Joshua was
Size and
shaky,
everything.
right? But based off of just and I'm on record of saying what he call it doesn't have that 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 outstanding out that superpower Anthony Joshua that one punch gonna flay you flat power. He doesn't have that, but I see him knocking him out in 4 rounds. Who else? I don't think. Yo, honestly, I don't see him getting past what's guy's name? The Russian guy.
Yeah,
Uh,
Povetkin.
not Povetkin, not Povetkin. See that he should be fighting Povetkin too. Um, that would be a test for him. Povetkin would be a test for him. I'm talking about Pulev.
Oh yeah.
I see Pulev beating Usyk. I see it will be a tight fight with Pulev. It'll be a very tight fight. It would go to distance. Even though what do you call it does have some power here and there, some flashes of power, Pulev. But I see Pulev getting a decision over Alexander Usyk.
The see, I see when it comes to Usyk and a decision right now, I think they'll always favor him.
I
It's
think
like
what
you
no,
can't
I'm serious. I'm serious. I think what do you call it will it would be a kind of a close
I
fight.
tell him
It will be a
I
close
tell him
fight with Pulev, but I think Pulev will do more than Usyk can put out from base. I'm just basing off of last fight.
yeah.
I'm not going back of fights that he had
When he
before.
fought Bello,
Right.
when he fought Bello, he looked awesome. But
Yeah, but
and then
okay, hold
Chan,
on, hold on. But Tony Bellew, okay, I'll probably get some hell from the UK guys, but what has Bellew really done other than run his mouth? Okay, he beat a hurt David Hay.
yeah,
He beat a hurt David Hay twice. Not his fault. David Hay should have pulled out. David Hay should have said, "Nah, you know what? I'm hurt. We're gonna postpone this." But David Hay's not that type of fighter. Well, he kind of was when he postponed the Klitschko fight. because of a broken toe.
Yeah.
But he still ended up fighting him with the broken toe though. But what is okay? What is Belu doing? What has Tony Belu done?
It was a couple of guys he beat, but I don't know.
But I mean,
Couple of,
I watched Tony. I watched Tony. I watched a lot of Tony's fights. Uh, but other than like he's a better ring announcer than anything else.
but
He's a be-
I don't want to take nothing from Usyk, for us because he won that Super Series, and those were some darn good that he beat in that Super.
yeah, but
That
that
was a good competition.
right, but we're talking about professional fighting.
No, I'm talking about they had the World Boxing Series
I know,
for
but I'm talking about professional fighting though. What has like okay, he unified when he was a light heavyweight. Like I don't all that hype surrounded by Usyk, I don't see it. I never jumped on that bandwagon, and I never will, unless I see him come out and just flatten people. Then I'm gonna say, my bad, I take it back. But what he showed last night, that
yeah
can
last
that
night.
that can't beat
That
that can't beat the top five heavyweights. I I don't even think it'll that can beat the top 10. Do you think a Usyk can beat Dillian White? Do you think a Usyk can beat Povetkin? Do you think a Usyk can beat what's the other guy's name? Derek Chisora? Do you think a Usyk can beat uh um Andrew Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, uh Deontay Wilder? Who else am I missing? Pulev?
it's them guys not after his, I mean, not with the performance he did last night. No, not at all.
You know, I just don't I'm not impressed, man. I'm not impressed. And that's not me. Oh, you're just hating on Usyk. Like fanboys will say
I
that.
read. Look, I got the. He did fight some good people. Morat Gasol.
Who? What?
People.
You broke up. You broke up.
Morat Gasol.
You're still
Beat him.
breaking up.
You get me now?
Yeah.
He fought Morat Gasol, British. He fought Marco Huck. That's these are good guys. Michael Hunter. That's Michael Hunter only lost. Um,
But see, he went the distance with Hunter. And Hunter's last fight wasn't that great. You know what I'm like that last fight that Hunter had?
yeah,
Hunter didn't look good. Did he look that great when he fought that guy Kuzmin? He didn't look too good. It was a sloppy fight. Maybe that was just because of Sergey.
yeah. That was that's what it was.
But I'm saying like I'm not taking anything away from Hunter at all. But I'm just like other than that, other than that, who has what has Usyk done? Jazz Weatherspoon wasn't didn't train. Tony Bellew, every time Tony's actually stepped up in fighting somebody, he's always came up short. He fought Adonis
You don't
Stevens.
think
He fought
Marco Hunt was a good fight?
he fought Tony Bellew fought Adonis Stevens, got knocked out.
Yeah.
I Marco Huck, um, nah.
He's a good fighter. He fought a lot of good fighters.
Has he?
He got, yeah, it's a good resume.
I don't see it, man. The reason why I don't see it, he's fighting nothing but European fighters. I'm not saying European fighters are not good. I'm not saying that. The one that I can I'm looking at his list right here. The one fighter that I do know on his list, he did beat by a split decision, and that was Dennis Lebev or Lebev or whatever his name is, the guy that beat Roy Jones, knocked him out
Mm.
badly in Russia. But that guy is kind of washed up too, though, because he's had some horrible fights, man. After that, there was one fight where he was like his eyes was swollen shut. I can't remember who that fight was, but his eyes were like there was some guy beating the brakes off of him. Can't remember which one it was. It might have been. It might have been the Marat fight. Might have been that one. Cause Dennis Lebev or whatever his name is fought Marat. Yeah, but Huck, man, I like who has Huck fought though? Honestly,
I thought he fought Cunningham, Steve Cunningham, but I don't see it up there. But
it's not up there.
Steve always talking about they fought.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Steve Cunningham beat him. That was back in 2007.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this fighter has not fought out of the. Oh, wait, my bad. Nick. He fought Nick Guzvaz or something like that, and that was a no contest. I wonder why.
Mm.
I wonder why that was a no contest. But I don't know. I'm not impressed by Usyk's uh his record. I'm not. That's just I mean that's just how I feel. That's just my opinion on it. And the
Yeah, I
way
don't take. I try not to take no from him because he was undisputed coming. So to me, undisputed is a hard task to do in itself.
mm, oh, okay, all right. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Was Roy Jones, does he deserve the acclimates that he got when he was undisputed at light heavyweight?
Oh, definitely.
Well, they said he fought nobodies.
That's the fans that don't like him at all. No matter who he fought, he always damn fighting.
They say he fought all these nobodies.
A real boxing fan would be like, all
They
the guys
said
he fought, they was champions in some type of way,
that
or they was dangerous.
he was there was nobody in the division at that time.
Yeah, and I never understood, but
So
then you can see why people say that.
and what I mean by that, it's like I'm kind of contradicting myself. And the reason why I say that is because, well, actually I don't. Actually, I'm not. Somebody can say that. They can argue about that. But when I talk about Roy Jones to me didn't fight nobodies. I have I've seen every one of his fights. I know his record. I know the people that he fought, and I'm aware of the people that he fought. And
Yeah, he
you know what I'm
fought a
saying? Like,
lot. He
yeah,
got a good. So I don't see how they got there. James, he
J-
fought
well,
who
I mean, I'm just talking about his light heavyweight, Virgil Hill,
yeah.
Mike McCallan. Uh,
See,
I'm not even gonna say Vinny Pazienza because Vinny Pazienza is a smaller guy. I'm not gonna give him that one. But
yeah, Otis
he did
Grant,
Otis
Lou
Grant.
DeVille, they were good guys.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like there were some names, champions, great
Reggie
names.
Johnson.
You know, Montel Griffin. You know,
Yeah,
so I'm not of the camp of says that Roy Jones is fought but there was nobody in this time. That's why he unified. But what I'm saying with Usyk, there was not that many cruiserweights that were dangerous cruiserweights that Usyk was fighting realistically. Tony Bellew wasn't a great cruiserweight. He was all right. He was cool. He was cool. He was all right. But like there wasn't that competition
yeah,
as
that
there.
weight class you're saying it's not really, a lot of people know the fighters in them weight classes.
Well, I mean, if you okay, let's talk about other cruiserweights. Let's talk about Evander Holyfield and the people he fought
Yeah,
at cruiserweight. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Let's talk about Spinks. Wasn't it Spinks? Wasn't it Spinks? I'm pretty sure it was Spinks, right? That came from cruiserweight
yes.
or light. Didn't he come from light heavy?
Light heavyweight, light heavyweight.
Yeah. So so with like those two guys, they fought people. There was people in those weight classes. They unified. Didn't Spinks unify?
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to say he did. And I know Holyfield was. So I'm just I'm not in the camp of saying that Usyk's all that.
and he only got 19 fights, so he still got time to grow to change anybody perspective of. But heavyweight, that's a whole nother.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like heavyweight, when you start talking about these just the guys in the top five, And what I mean in the top five, I'm talking about Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, and the fifth. I mean, you can toss it up. It could be Dillian White, Derek Chisora, or Pulev. You know what I'm saying? Or Povetkin. It could be any one of those that rounds off that top five. But hell, I mean that's the top 10 right there. I just don't see Usyk, and it could be maybe he had the injury. You're saying there's talks that he didn't.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what
I
was
think just trying to pack that work.
but what was up with that?
He,
What was up with that shaking?
uh, I I think that was I was trying to loosen because they're like, why you jumping around and shaking like that?
Yeah, like why does he
Loose
keep on
trying
like
to
like throwing his arms down like shaking his arms like to loosen up or something? Like
yeah
that's what I wonder.
that
Like what
yeah.
was his injury?
His shoulder, he said with the shoulder, and
But what kind of injury though?
yeah, that's something. Well, I'm looking at Holyfield. When Holyfield came into the heavyweight, he fought Jim Tillis. See,
Right.
he fought somebody that was getting for Pinkley Thomas, Michael Doe. So he fought all these
You said
guys
you said
that
Michael
really gave him
Dokes.
a chance.
What you broke up?
Yeah, I said Michael Doe.
Yeah, that and if for anybody that doesn't know, he ain't no slouch.
Not at all. I, I met Michael Dukes at one of my Golden Glove tournaments.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was talking about. Like there was names then, and the names that you can try to argue now where Usyk was when Usyk was there. Like are they of the same caliber of the names of past unified champions? I
No,
personally don't say. I don't think so.
no.
I don't think so. Um, now, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He did have an injury. It was his bicep.
Yeah, that's what they said it was, but it seemed like they was trying to take the smart way out, give him time to fill in on the heavy.
But did he have hold up. Did he have a injury in a fight?
Nope, talking about doing trading. That's where a little suspect. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, cuz he was supposed to fight Takam.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think Takam would have like I'm not a huge fan of Carlos Takam, but I think Takam would have definitely gave him a way better fight
yeah. Roughed
than
him up and everything.
yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't have been this little yo, honestly, truth be told, that was like a cakewalk. And I'm not talking bad about Witherspoon at all, man. But
Mm.
the man didn't train.
Yeah, he pulled that, got him out of there.
Got him out of a car auction when he's buying cars for his car lot.
That's
Like
the first thing they teach you in the gym. When somebody hasn't been training, you beat them to the body. You get them out of there in a couple of rounds.
yeah, I just don't understand why it went seven. And it wasn't like he was going seven where he went seven and it was like he was beating them up all 7 rounds. Yeah,
Yeah,
he landed some really good punches. I'm not gonna take that away from Usyk, but they weren't powerful punches.
and people said he should have got flat-footed so he could put more power on his punches. That would have been the wrong thing to do in the heavyweight division. No,
Yeah, he
you
can't.
can't.
He's too small for it.
No, you can't be no
I don't think
flat-foot.
I don't think he has the power for the heavyweight division when he starts getting up to those heavier guys. I'm talking about not just heavier in weight because they are, for one, and for two, uh, they're heavier punches. There's no way in hell he's going to take a Deontay Wilder punch.
And they try to compare him to Holyfield.
Yeah,
I
no,
said, how?
no,
How?
no. See that? Okay, that's another guy. That's another guy that always stayed ready. He's got a fight coming up. At matter of fact,
Really?
Holyfield. It's expedition. It's not.
Oh, I'm about to say.
He's going to be fighting. He says he doesn't want to get hit like that anymore. Um, the he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. He was talking about he might have Riddick Bowe in there doing a exhibition fight.
Oh, yeah, they real good
Yeah,
friends now.
and see he might do that fight because they are friends and there's not going to be the heavy punches on the head and stuff. But I see that
That,
he should have won his last fight.
yeah. But that's how everybody said in boxing, boys. We friends in the gym, and just so to get in the ring, just be trying to knock another person.
Who?
You know what I mean? My close friends, I knocked out in boxing. In the sparring,
Mm-hmm.
shoot. Me and Shelly was friends, and I'm in the sparring with him. I'm like, you gonna take it easy on me. And yeah, that didn't go. Like, they're like, yo, you can't be friends with people in the ring.
Yep.
She'll hit me with a body shot, and I know it like I.
See, that's the thing, man. Like, I don't know. I don't see. I don't see. I'm not impressed. But last thing
I
I got to say
wasn't
about that, I'm not
impressed
impressed with
either,
Usyk.
but I just hate that people trying to sell a used car as an exotic car. That's basically what everybody that's doing these videos saying. Oh, he looked good. He's ready for that. Nah,
Nah,
he ain't look good last night.
nah, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what fight they were watching, but and like I said, I came into it clean slate. Clean slate. I hear all the hype. I hear all the hype, and I'm like, yo, all right, this guy gonna do it. Did he do it? Nah,
Mm-mm.
he didn't blow me out the
And
water.
it's no excuse for Holyfield came up. He did his thing. Spinks did his thing. All these other fighters came up, they did their thing. So it's no excuse to say, well, they make a billion excuse. Oh, he been off for a year. Uh, to me, been off a year, that don't mean nothing because he's usually always in the gym. He's very athletic. So
Hmm.
that don't go.
I don't know. I just like I didn't see. Okay, for one, he doesn't have the stature for it. I don't think. And with that stature, he doesn't have the super punching power. He's a fighter that will go distance more than anything.
Yeah.
Even people want to say, "Oh, he's 17 and 13." Okay, 17 and 13 against who? He's not 17 and 13 against these killers, these guys that will knock your head off. He's not 17 and 13 against somebody like a Tyson Fury that will box the hell out of you. Even though Tyson Fury didn't look good in his last fight, I still say Tyson Fury will box the brakes off of Usyk. What do you say?
Think it'll be a decent, pretty good fight. I don't like the with Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury, you don't know no way his head at. He's too all over the place for me. Because Tyson Fury tried to, I call it rock me to sleep by the way he talk, try to pacify his whoever he fighting.
But see, I mean, you 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 get you can't say Tyson Fury is not a boxer. What I mean by that, even in those fights that he was just fighting these guys. Well, I just call them just. They're not even really prospects. They're just there. Uh, um, I guess you can call them prospects. I guess whatever. But fighting those three guys, three or four guys, like he was still being Tyson Fury. Like he was with when he fought against Klitschko. Like he was out there boxing. He boxed with these guys. He might have been playing around with these other guys, and he looked kind of almost going through the motions with these guys. But when he fought Deontay Wilder, he did step up,
Yeah,
and I think he would just jab, just 1-2 the hell out of Usyk. I don't think Usyk would, because Usyk being the shorter guy, I don't think he would be able to get in uh, against Wilder, not Wilder, but Fury.
yeah. With Fury, you gotta. He's the type of guy you gotta bully him.
Yeah,
You gotta get inside,
hence the
smother
last
him so
fight.
you don't do the.
Hence the last fight. He was getting bullied in that fight, and
Mm,
that's why things were the way he was. But I just don't see Usyk being a bully based off of last night. He's more of a Roy. No, I'm not saying he's like Roy Jones at all, but I'm saying he's like a Roy Jones of the fact that he's more of an outfighter, 1-2-1-2, and back out, like 1-2-3, back out, or 1-2, back out, where
and try to
he's not gonna
count.
fight in the pocket.
Mm. He
That's
gonna
what I
try to count him. Yeah, he's a good counter puncher.
right. That's what I mean by Roy Jones. Like when Roy Jones fought John Ruiz, right?
Mm.
And Roy Jones was pop shotting him.
Yeah,
And that's how he won the fight, and that's how I see Usyk doing in the heavyweight division. I don't see him standing there trading punches because I don't think he can
no,
hold up.
no, it ain't gonna be.
I just don't see him holding up like that.
And you
Um,
rather see that if he pack some more weight on.
yeah, but do you
That
really
weight does make a difference.
do you really see him doing that though?
No, because I think in his mind he put on more weight. It's gonna slow him down.
And I didn't see him too fast. Excuse me. I don't see him too fast. Like he wasn't
Mm-mm.
blazing.
And I seen him fast last night. It's like, yo, what the heck happened? I seen quite a few of his fights. Like, yo, what the heck is going on? He only put on a couple of pounds. And
Yeah.
that, to me, that was the reason why he took that time off so he could put on 200 pounds comfortably, not feel sluggish. But he still looked this.
Yeah, he didn't look like a the cruiserweight everybody was saying. He was like, "Oh, he's quick, he's this, he's that, he's agile." And like yeah, there were some flashes of it, but like I wasn't impressed about it. What else don't we got some other things other than that? I mean, we spent a lot of time on Usyk. Uh
Excuse me. No, well, I ain't had. It was a lot of fights, but that was basically all that.
Yeah, that was all
It
that
was a
I.
real busy weekend. It's a busy weekend of fights too. So boxing
Next
is
next
doing
we
good.
got Regis Prograde and what's his name?
Josh,
Yeah. Um, that's gonna be. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. The Logan Paul KSI fight. People might go, oh,
you asked me who I got.
what, what? No, no, no. That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to mention.
Oh,
Um, People are gonna go, what? Logan Paul, KSI? Well, he's boxing. What are you talking about? Okay, so they're having a fight at the Staples Center. Um, Devin Haney is going to be on the undercard.
yeah.
Also on the undercard, Billy Joe Saunders.
Duh. It's dead. You got Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney on the undercard of YouTubers. Wow.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's great, but uh, they go out, put on an awesome show. They're gonna win a lot of fans.
Yeah,
They're gonna win a lot of fans. Smart thing of boxing. You say it all the time. Boxing needs to promote needs to invest in itself. These are the things that they need to invest in. They need to invest in a lot of things. Speaking of investing, we went we talked about a couple shows back. It was either last show or the show before or something like that. We talked about um, trading cards.
yes.
Remember I told you I bought a box of cards, right?
Uh,
All right. So I bought a box of cards. The Yeah, I bought a box of Panini 2012 to 2014 Crusader. It was a Crusader box. Um, and in that box, got some good cards. You know, some. I think Shaq was already retired by then, but I did get a Shaquille O'Neal throwback card. And I got some other things. I think I might have got a Kobe Bryant in there too. Um, got some other cards or whatever. But I did get a rookie card that is selling from anywhere from 100 to four, five, $600. And that rookie
wow.
card was a Giannis Antetokounmpo rookie card. I'm gonna send it off to go get it graded, but there's ungraded cards selling for 150 and it's sold for 150 right now. So when people are saying, well, my point is what I'm trying to get at is when you have that response that you got from the Women's Boxing Council or whatever it was,
Yeah.
they say, oh, you know, investments is not there, you know, the ROI is not there, whatever, whatever. For who? Because I just bought a $80 box and I made almost my double my money back with one card. That's not even counting in the other cards that I got. I did get some other good cards too, but that's just the one that's up off the top of my head. That's one I was actually looking for.
Yeah, and
And
I got a lot of boxers like on my LinkedIn and different places. They saying, "Yo, a incredible idea. It's a good idea. Company needs to jump on it." But I'm saying, if you're a boxer, you could make this happen.
not just the boxers, but you know what? I think I think Panini. I think that's how you pronounce their name.
Yeah.
Uh, they need to go to PBC. They need to go to Matchroom. They need to go to Golden Boy. They need to go to Top Rank. Right? There's all these stables of
Mm,
fighters. All these different promoters with stables of fighters. Right? Put out a PBC box. Right? You
yeah.
put out a PBC box with all the PBC fighters. And you got your big names, and you do the fancy gold foiled cards, and the this and the that's. You make them these these iconic cards or whatever. Put those out. You go to each and every one of these promoters and you make a box strictly for them, for their fighters. And then you do another box where you mix and match everything. Where you can get a PBC fighter, where you can get a matchroom fighter, where you can get a top rank fighter. Match that up with a video game,
Exactly.
match that up with Todd McFarlane's action figures, or like a Bandai Namco action figure or something.
It's like, yo, in my mind, and just formulating it in my mind, I'm like, yo, why hasn't anyone ever did this?
Or even put out a fun pop, a popco. You know those little fun popco
Yeah,
things. Manny Pacquiao's done it. Mayweather's done it.
uh,
Why not? I think they're missing out. Well, I think there's not a game to associate these things with. First and foremost, there's not a 2K to associate cards with. There's not a Madden or a FIFA. You see what I'm saying? And it's
yeah.
not the developer. I'm not even just speaking on the developers. I'm just speaking on the quality of game. They don't have something that like if you play NBA 2K and you buy a box of cards, they open up the same way. They designed it in the game to open up the same way as the box that I have that I bought and of other
And it's
boxes that are
crazy.
out there.
They bought people are actually purchasing a digital
Mhm.
from two when you could purchase a actual card. Because to me, I don't like nothing digital like that. I want a physical. To me, the value is on a physical
Right.
you know,
Well, well,
standpoint.
well. Here's another thing too. 2K also came together with I think McFarlane. I want to say McFarlane, where they did it was NBA 2K 18 or 19. I think it was 19, where they put out a series of players, and it came with it was an action figure, a digital code, and a card with the action with that figure. And it was the series one, and they had series one, series two, series three, I believe. Um, and that digital code would get you that card in game.
So you have it physical and digital.
Right.
Oh, see, that's a good idea right there.
They did that with NBA 2K. It wasn't it wasn't like a big thing. People know about it, but fans of 2K and people that were fans and played my team like that, they knew about these things. I knew about it. I played my team. So the return is there. Believe me, the return is there, especially when you have and this is when if somebody says, "Oh, you know, you know, the ROI might not be there," or you know, the decline in the card market. Yo, what decline? If you're actually in that in that field, you'll know that there's not a decline. You know that there's cards selling for thousands of dollars. But you
Exactly.
know what it is though? They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the marketing work.
Yeah, that's exactly what it. I don't know what's wrong with today when it comes to business. Nobody want to market and promote.
It's greed. It's greed.
Yeah, give me some money. I'll do the marketing and promoting for them.
It's greed, man. Because you know what it is. It's that's money coming out of their pocket.
And they
But
and they
but
too
it kind of
stupid to know it's gonna be more.
right. That's what I
It's
was
gonna
just
be
about to
more.
say. That's what I was
Yeah,
just about to say. I was going to say that if they have a big and they make that person big, that's going to be more money in their pocket. It's just like, oh man, they just don't want to do the work, man. Truth be told, truth be told, I don't think they want to do
uh-huh.
the work. They don't want to do the legwork to get that name to be big because they might fail. And then oh, if they fail, oh, we're not going to do it because there's that doubt of failure. It's like there's a doubt of failure in everything you do,
Yeah.
man. It's a missed opportunity, man. They hopefully Panini uh hears something, they get into it because if done right, if somebody came along and made a boxing game, a NBA 2K boxing game, boxing cards will be great.
Yeah.
Let me switch my battery real quick. Go ahead and take up talk about some. I'll be right. Hold on one second.
Mm,
Talk about something, man.
yeah. Yeah. Just want everybody to support this channel and support the want for a boxing game with what they, what fans want and expect in a boxing game. Be the voice of what you want.
Real talk. Real talk. Um, I think what we need. What do you think we need? We'll talk about one last thing. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
No, that was basically it. That was just
Okay.
putting that up there.
All right. I'm gonna ask you what type of boxing game does do we want? Do we deserve? What kind of what style?
Wow.
What
See,
what
I
we
was I was I was just going over this because I was like actually because I be writing down ideas. I said
okay?
if companies didn't announce their plans early, if they put out a game with just graphics that was like decent or what style would I call it? That Dragon Age type
Red
animation.
like what?
You know how Dragon Age or some of these you could tell it's not motion caption, but they're graphics. If they came out like that at first and not announced the idea how they was gonna bring it again, that I think that could have worked. But if I'm speaking honestly, what I really think would be that most fans would want, they want a sim box game, a deep box game that gives you everything that boxing is. The styles, the movement, the atmosphere, and you gotta also because this is what gaming companies, and I know that this for dealing with them for years and years and actually being a senior model, they always they focus on the pre and the ones that they like in their 25s and stuff like that. That's their area they're looking for when they dealing with sports games. But I say always you're excluding a whole fan base that wants more, and that's who complain the most about the. You forgetting about the people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. You gotta realize people people in their 50s was the ones there when video first were
Yeah,
made,
first started.
and they still game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like when you go to, like when I went to the EA, I'm thinking, all right, Dad, I'm gonna be here with all these little kids. It was grown adults there. It was
Yeah.
like four adults and like two or three regular people. You know, when you go E3, you see more adults than you see actual. You think you're gonna see 18 and 19-year-olds. You see a
Well,
lot of adults.
before E3 was opened up to the public, back in 2017, I think that's when they first started opening it up to the public. Um, you, most of all these writers and these industry guys they're going to be, there might be a few here and there that are in their mid 20s, late 20s, but for the most part they're like in their 30s on up, and
Yeah.
they're these older guys. There's some like maybe early 20s and stuff like that here and there, but those might be more of the YouTube people. But
Mm-hmm.
that's a smaller crowd comparably speaking to the rest of the industry, and the industry is a lot older. I feel the industry is a lot older. Um,
Yeah.
uh, Now, what we want as a boxing game for the field that we're in right now, the gaming element that we're in right now, they want, I would want a 2K Madden FIFA boxing game. What I mean by that is you have your regular gameplay. You can play solo or whatever. Then you have your career mode, which like a Madden does. NBA 2K has, and I think FIFA has. I'm not a big FIFA guy. I'm not. I think they have it. And those, and they have these different modes like a My GM, a soccer manager, or the My GM for NFL, or My GM for NBA. And then you have the online element. And then you also have the My Team, which, if they have those elements, or the Ultimate Team, how EA has it, or the My Team, how 2K has it. If they have a boxing game that's made similar to NBA 2K, a Madden, more so 2K, more so 2K, I think the community will be happy with it. I'm just saying, just like overall structure. I'm not getting into down into like it has to be this sim kind of mode. I'm just saying like a general game.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
Like it has these certain modes. Now, of course, I would want it would have to be more realistic, more sim stuff like that. That's what I would think they would make it wise. But having those modes and that this arc, this overall feel of the game, where you have the my career, the play now, the like the neighborhood where you can do the online stuff, and then you have the the my GM and the my team, or in this one would be the my stable or the my promotion. Like if it had those things, everything that like a 2K Madden or FIFA has, to where they can buy packs, get cards, stuff like that, where it's not like nickel and diming and all this stuff with the microtransactions and all this stuff, but it's there so people can build a stable of boxers and fight online, and how you can play and uh, have objectives and stuff that they have in NBA 2K, and they can have it into boxing too. You know, especially with the historical fighters and legendary fighters. You know, the like the Thrill in Manila. You know, you gotta last 15 rounds, and they can do challenges like that, and to where it's fun gameplay. I think if they based it off of those styles of games, I think they would have a solid boxing game.
Yeah.
I think they would
I
have a
agree.
I think they would have a boxing game that will be on the level that a Madden and 2K is. Regardless, you have your people in those communities that dislike things that are going on. But I'm just saying, like, those core things, those core game modes, if they had those things in a boxing game, I think that will be a boxing game people can stand by, and longevity too. But of course, there's a lot of little things that you can have that you should have in there. You know, pools of referees, pools of coaches, of trainers, different promotion clubs, different stuff like little things like that to make the games that you can implement later in, and or have it in there and just build off of it. But I think that would be a
Yeah,
that's what I think in today's gaming sports world, that's where it will be a game for everybody, casuals and non and fan and boxing pugilists and fans.
yeah. Because like I always say, you can make a casual fan become a hardcore by implementing things the right way.
Yeah, because I mean, if you have because a lot of people are playing online, not saying people are not playing offline, but there's a lot of people playing online certain games, like 2K.
Yeah,
People are playing a lot of the neighborhood. There's neighborhood players, and then there's pro-am players. There's different sectors in these different communities, and there's my team players where you're buying packs and stuff like that and all this, right? So there's different communities. If these companies that are making these games, if they just listened and they just thought about, okay, we're not going to copy them, but we're going to have something to where it feels the same, but we're going to build a good boxing game around it. I think that will be the most successful route for a boxing game. But
yeah, I agree.
but this mixing traditional fight game with boxing, like you're trying to reinvent the wheel. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I never was into that concept of a company trying to force you into something that you don't want and try to sell it like it's what you want.
No, you're gonna you're
This is
gonna
what you want.
you're gonna get you can't have that in sports games, man. You can't have that in sports games. Now, if you're just making a action adventure game or whatever, where you're making the story up, yeah, but you can't do that. Madden, you can't do that with Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like Madden has a core fan base. They have these things and they go, what do the fans want? This is what the fans want. This is what we're putting in. They might have failed doing it, but they still do it. Same thing with 2K, same thing with FIFA. But that's what I think. That's what I expect out of a boxing game. That's what I would want. Are we going to get that? No, not from the companies that are coming out with games right now. I don't think so. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But with that said, man, we're at the 2 hours, almost 10 minutes mark. I got nothing else. I say
That's it for me.
I say everybody that's watching, everybody that watched prior, and if somebody's watching in the future, um, Sundays, or damn Sunday, yeah, Sundays and Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Eastern. Shows will be going on. Boxing Wishlist. We'll be doing a recap on Sundays, and on Wednesdays we should be talking more towards the gaming side. Um, but with that, like, share, subscribe. All of our social medias will be in the description. If you don't have Discord, please get Discord. Links for that will be in the description. It is compatible and you can download it on your phones, iOS or Android. Boxing Wishlist Discord is in the description. Be vocal. Put your information out there. Put your information about boxing games, even if it's just not of just about boxing in general. Just talking about boxing, up and coming fights, uh, um, wish fights, dream fights you want happening today, dream fights you want to happen in the past, anything like that. Just be involved in the boxing wish list, because these things can be implemented in games in the future. Um, Other than that, guys, I got no more. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do all those good things. Hit the bell notification so you know when we're live. Poe, that's all I got, man.
All right, you know, just be active and you know, go to the sites, go on Twitter, Instagram, you know, all the social medias. You should be able to find it. Go to the websites. You know, just let you know the more the company see fans, community, you know, like the actor, the more it makes them and want to do more.
Yeah,
And that's all I got. I wanted to say, you know,
keep it under. If we keep it under one umbrella, the, they'll know where to go.
yeah,
Everybody will know where to go, where it's at, where they need to go, and that's a big thing. If you know anybody, hey, tell them to check this out. Let's do a big push, man. Let's make it happen. We can do it. If not,
yeah.
if not, hell, we just might have to make it ourselves. But that's it, guys. Until Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Um, See you guys next time.
Peace.